Alright, it's me, Ari Does It, or as you already know me, Rashid, and someone asked a question about trees. So, okay, let's go to Genesis chapter 1, and we're going to skip a few verses, and we're going to, hold on, verse 9, okay? Then this was the third creation day. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together in one place, and let dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. Okay. So, look at this. It says, grass, we know what grass is, we know what herbs are, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. So, trees are meant to perpetuate themselves. Now, trees are not beings. They have no feelings or whatever. They're just biological mechanisms on the earth. And their purpose is to not only decorate the earth, but also to make sure the earth remains fertile. I'm talking about the soil. Okay? Now, you have the grass, you have the herbs, which are the vegetables, and you also have the trees. Now, let's look at the structure of a tree. You have the seed that's sown into the ground, but when God imagines the trees into existence, because that's what God decreed what he imagines, and the creed he imagined into existence. So he decreed it, so the decree was the power that was released, and with his mind he shaped what he did, the strength of his word, he shaped the trees into existence. Okay? Now this is how trees are. You have the roots below the ground that takes water from the soil. So there's water in the soil, the tree absorbs it. It goes to the trunk, and then you have the stalk of the tree, you have the branches, you have the twigs, and on that you have the green manifesting. And this gives off oxygen, and this also gives a dwelling place for the fall of the air. And the tree perpetuates itself, so you have fruit on the tree that eventually, when the fruit falls down, it will grow into another tree. So this is a self-sustaining system that the Heavenly Father designed for us. Unfortunately, there are places where mankind abuses the environment and it cuts down all the trees without planting anything in return. That's how deserts develop. Unfortunately, this happens. But okay, fallen mankind is self-destructive anyway. But okay, let's continue. So, let's look at the lifespan of the people in the Bible. Okay? Adam became around 930 years old. Okay? The man that lived the longest on the earth was Methuselah, who was 969 years old. Okay, am I correct? Was he the longest one? Yes, he was the longest one. Okay? Noah became 950. But as you can see, after the flood, something changed in the atmosphere of the earth. And the lifespan of people on the earth decreased. Little by little. As you can see, those Shem and his brothers were born before the flood, but he couldn't become that old like his father was. Those who were born after the flood, later by later, throughout generations, it decreased. Why? Because before the flood, the trees were bigger. After the flood, the climate of the earth changed in such a way, this was done on purpose by the Heavenly Father. Because of this, now the lifespan was shorter. And remember, there were no trees when the flood stopped. It took several decades for the trees to grow again. And this time, they didn't become as big as they used to. So that also explains why the lifespan decreased over time. Okay? So, the decline in the density of oxygen on the earth is also responsible for the decline of the lifespan of human beings, and also the menstrual cycle of females, because females used to have menstrual cycles throughout their lifetime. But due to the changing climate, not only is the lifespan of women also shorter, but also their fertility phase, they can have children, is also shorter. All right? So, and the number was brought down to 120 at the time of Moses, and that was God's plan. So what God said here, somewhere before the flood, that the days of men shall be 120 years, it worked out not immediately. It took it took like a few centuries, but eventually the limit became 120, and that's the limit we have till this day. So this means that not all the trees before the flood were giant trees, but there were many giant trees on the earth, kilometers high. The flood wasted them away. And in the post-flood climate, the trees had a limit how tall they could become. Some trees became quite tall, but not as tall as they used to be. For example, look at this. Now, people say this is a mountain, Rashid. Okay, but why is the mountain shaped like a tree trunk like that? Why? Okay, this is a tree trunk over here. These are big trees. And look at this. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I'm dealing with facts. Okay? There used to be giant trees on the earth, giving off a lot of green and oxygen for mankind. That's why we could live for centuries back then. Well, because of the fallen state of mankind, the Heavenly Father decreased our lifespan also, which is a good thing for us. And that's why we have so many generations now, that we have to reproduce a lot so that the human species remains in existence. If you were able to live 600 or 700 years, you could easily wait a few hundred years before having babies. But if you only live less than 120 years, then you might. And if you know that women have a short time span that they can give birth to babies, then you will start earlier. All right. So, yes, we had giant trees on the earth before the flood. They're not around anymore. Okay? When Christ comes back and renovates the earth with fire, there will be giant trees again. It will be one big tropical paradise. Yes, there were giant tropical trees throughout the whole earth. And we're going to get them back soon, when Christ comes back. Till then, we have to deal with the current trees we have. And unfortunately, many people don't even value the trees out there. They don't value God's creation. But anyway, those that destroy the earth, they'll be deported to the lake of fire, and earth will be renovated for the saints. So, yes, the earth is our home, designed by the Heavenly Father, and our lifespan will be immortal because we'll have immortal bodies. So with or without giant trees, we'll be fine, but hey, we will get things back as they used to. And also the amount of fruit on the trees will be bigger. Also the size of the fruits will be bigger also. We will still have a small, tiny, we will still be the same size. So don't think that before the flood, we used to be giants, all of that. No, we were always around 6 feet or 2 meters tall. We were always like that. And we will be like that for eternity, okay? The earth is a big place for us. Alright, so that's why when the fallen angelic kings brought forth the giants in the earth, it all went to waste. Because our bodies have the size of around 2 meters or 6 feet, or a bit more than 6 feet, just to keep the earth sustainable. Alright? Well, okay. That's it for now. Keep on agreeing with Christ and be at peace.